This video is about the newest Seraphon Rules update, which I will comment. I will put it into perspective. I will not just read it out to you. I will comment what has changed and if it's for the better or for worse. Hello, this is 60 Goblins and 1 Brush with another video about the Seraphon, the newest update preview on the rules today. And as always, I'm going to comment on what's going on, what's new. There are two factions you have to choose from, the Coalesced or the Starborn. There are also sub-factions like in every book, but first of all you have to choose if you're Coalesced or Starborn, and regardless of which of those main factions you choose, you can choose 3 out of 2 abilities that I will talk about now. The first ability is called the Contemplation of the Ancient Ones. Every hero phase you can change your spell. That's really cool. They can change your spell and adapt to the game mechanics. But it's only one spell. I mean, how many spells do they have? Only one or what? Second ability is the Hunter's Steed. You get 1+1 to run and charge rolls. It's okay, not so great, but all units. The third ability is still a mystery. Then, if you choose the Starborn, then you have 2 abilities. One is Lords of Space and Time, which basically means the old rules, what we know from the first Seraphon Battletome. You can teleport a unit, and the second ability is Unfeeling, which means you have a bravery of 10. Nothing new in that. The new thing is that the Coalesced do not have bravery 10. The Coalesced have 2 other very cool abilities. One is Predatory Fighters, which means you get an extra biting attack. And the second, Scaly Skin, which means that you shrug off 1 damage. If the enemy deals 1 damage, nothing changes. If they deal 2 damage per wound, then you only get 1 damage. If they deal 3 damage, like trolls for example, or Iron Guts, you only get 2 damage and so on. That is very useful. In addition, you get bonuses on your table half. You're immune to bravery modifiers and immune to negative effects of terrain on your half of the table. That could also really be good around objectives. Then we get to the sub-factions. The main factions are Starborn and Coalesced, and then there are sub-factions. One is the Dracothian Tail. Basically, it means you get the ambush ability, or the same than the Stormcast Eternals, where they can land from the skies whenever they want. Then you have the Fangs of Sotek, which means in the first battle round you get +3 movement. Ambush is always very nice, +3 movement in the first battle round, yeah, maybe. Then you have Coatl's Claw, +1 to hit rolls. If they made a charge move, okay. And then you have a command trait, Dominant Predator, which means you get a command point back on a 4+ if you use one. That's really good. It says here, even the most frenzied Saurus of Coatl's Claw pay respect to this mighty alpha lizard. That's a great idea. You use 1 command point, you get 1 back. Then we have quite a few changes for the Oracle on Troglodon, which was a high time. He was a very weak character on a great monster. Now he has +1 casting, dispelling and unbinding. That's great. And he has a new spell, Comet's Call. On a 7 you can pick D3 different units and rain down comets on them. That's great. If you roll really well, you make D6 instead of D3 mortal wounds. Then there's even more news. This update doesn't end. The Saurus Warrior, our main battle line unit, gets -1 rend. That's really great with their big clubs. That's good. They don't get a second attack, and they do not say if they get more wounds. And you add 1 attack if there are 15 or more models. That's also new. Before you could hit better if there were 20 models, and if there are 30 models you had an extra attack. Now you get an extra attack if there are 15 models. The Saurus Warriors were initially made in the world that was to fight the Chaos Warriors and simple demons. So yeah, they need to be a little bit tougher. I think at least the Temple Guard, I think, would need another wound, another attack or something. The Saurus also, they need at least a save of 4+. Another thing I would like to see on Saturday would be more wounds for Bastiladons and Stegadons. The Carnosaurs and Troglodytes are okay, but the Bastiladons have 8 wounds and the Stegadon 10. That could be more. Also, the Stegadons could have some kind of impact hits, like the Beastclaw Raiders. Look at those huge heads. They only have trampling attacks, basically. They need to have some impact when they charge with the head and use their gigantic horns. Lastly, what I would like to see is a stronger Saurus cavalry. They really need to be much tougher, much better in fighting the steeds, the lizards. They're ferocious, huge. I mean, they're horses that can fight better than these things. And just watch Jurassic Park. Any tiny lizard can already shred you to pieces. I think they will get faster because the Dark Elf Cold ones are already faster and that's the same beast. But they need to be tougher as well. Every Seraphon player has tons of these at home and they don't use it because they're crap. So we really want to use them now. That's it for today. Let's see what awaits us on Saturday. Leave your comments below and thank you very much for subscribing.